Welcome. It's Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. With another wine review podcast. We write up 3 wine review podcasts a week on the cheapwinefinder.com website, and then we plug in the microphone, and well, here we are. And this is kind of an interesting one for me. We've been doing the Cheap Wine Finder website for 15 years, and this is a wine I've never had before. So what do we have? This is a $12 wine that you can find at Trader Joe's. It's the Slice Skin Contact White Wine 2023. So what is Skin Contact White Wine? That is orange wine, as it's called, and no orange wine does not have oranges in it. What it does have is skin contact, and I'll explain that. Red wine, when they press the grapes, they leave the skins in with the juice for quite some time. That's why you get that rich, dark color. That's why you get tannins. There are chemicals in the skins of the grape skins that have flavor compounds, things that give the wine structure. And that's red wine. Different grapes will have skin contact for different periods, but a fairly long time. White wine, as soon as the grapes are crushed, they pull the skins out. There's no skin contact. And then you don't get in white wine, you don't get tannins, you don't get these extra flavor profiles and these chemical compounds in white wine. And that's what white wine is. Rosé, they leave the grape skins in. There's a couple different ways they can do it, but keep the grape skins in with the juice just long enough to get that pink color, and then they pull them out, and that means it doesn't get the tannins and all the other flavor profile. And those are rosé wines. Are typically red wines, but there are white wine grapes that have kind of some color to the grapes, and you can make a rosé out of them. So you don't get a rosé is usually red grapes, but without the tannins and all those compounds you get from skins. And that's why that tastes different. Now, this is orange wine. And they leave the skins in, and this time they leave it in for a minimum of 30 days. So this is a white wine with tannins and flavor compounds and structural things that you do not get in a white wine, even though it's white grapes. This is something completely different. Now, the grapes came from the Central Coast, so I'm going to have to grab the bottle because there's no way I'm going to remember all the different grapes here. And here's the blend. It's a lengthy blend. It's 34% Chenin Blanc, 18% Pinot Gris. That's Pinot Gray. It's kind of like along the lines of Pinot Noir, only white wine. 12% Colombard, 9% Exarlo, which is one of the 3 grapes that go into Spanish Cava sparkling wine. You got 8% Verdeo, 6% Vermentino, 3% Gewürztraminer, 3% Semillon, 3% Trousseau Gris, 2% Riesling, and 2% Malvasia Bianca. Just put the bottle down. Now, right there, you have no idea what this wine is going to taste like, just because that's such a unique blend. It really sounds like something that's more likely to come from the south of France than it does from the Central Coast. But that's still interesting. And then you put on top of it, you got at least 30 days of skin contact. So this wine is not going to taste like I don't think you expect anything for that blend, because that blend is, what's that going to taste like? And then you add this extra orange wine thing, and again, no oranges were killed in the making of orange wine. So you're going to have something completely different. And one of the cool things about that, they typically don't make tons of orange wine, so they get to be a little bit expensive. And this is $12. If you want to take a shot and try orange wine, take it for $12. It's well made. The blend is so unique and interesting. That in itself would make you want to buy the wine. What are all these grapes here? Why are you putting 2% of this, 1%, 3% of that? The winemaker was very intentional in how he put he or she, I say he and I'm wrong. I mean, Doesn't take it's not a gender thing to make wine. The winemaker had a very intentional and interesting blend, and then they turned around and made it into an orange wine. And I have a hard time picking out the flavors. The scent was more along the lines of Pinot Noir. You had that funky kind of thing going on with the nose, and this thing has it. I like the flavor, but I'm having a hard time picking out things. I remember when I first started tasting wine, there'd be someone there, it has cherries and this and that, and I'd be tasting it, and I'd get none of that. I didn't know what to find. The one thing I did learn from that is don't let anybody else tell you what it tastes like. I mean, unless you have some kind of medical issue, you can figure out flavors yourself. Babies know that. Babies know which food they like the best. So, but it's like, what is this? What am I drinking? I don't know what I'm drinking. What is that flavor? Where do those go? I mean, after a while, I'm pretty sure I'm going to start picking out flavors, but I'm like, I don't have a vocabulary for this wine. I'm going to take a sip. It starts out smooth and clean, and then it kind of gets tart and kind of different on the edge. And the flavors, I'm not picking out regular citrus. I'm not picking out regular fruit. It's chewy, it's nice. I mean, it's got tannins, which white wine doesn't have. And it's fun to drink, and I like the flavor, but I don't know what I'm drinking. It's one of those things. So there you go. If you want to challenge your taste buds, if you want to try something new, and this is a good wine, this is well made, but you don't really, you don't want to take a chance on a $40 wine that you might not like. The Slice Trader Joe's $12.90, I think it's $11.99, $12 wine is really the way to go. And like I said, it's not like it's so out there that you're not going to like it at all. It sips well. It's just that, what am I drinking? What am I tasting? It's kind of like if you're first time you have sake or some kind of special teas, things you're not used to. It's just like, how do I wrap my head and my taste buds around this? So that's fun. And after 15 years, I'm being challenged by a wine, so it's cool with me. I think I've got a Pinot Noir in time for Thanksgiving, because Pinot Noir is good. And I think I got a Chardonnay and a couple other things coming up. So adios, keep it cheap. This is Domain Dave. If you will, like us where you like your podcast. And I will be talking to everybody in a couple of days. We're going to start getting fast and furious and start going a little upscale and start getting sparkling wines for the holidays. So I'll be talking to you. Keep it cheap. Bye-bye.